down. Yes, Noom gets a big thumbs down. Big thumbs down. I agree. Watagwan, 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 Watagwan. For those who speak Jamaican patois, that's hey, what's up? All right, so today I'm gonna tell another story. Today is a story about a diet company that claims to be a tech company, but is in essence just masquerading as just another diet. So for those of you who've never heard of Noom, it's one of the market leaders in weight loss programs, and it's valued at $3.7 billion. So millions of people are using this thing. I have a friend, he and his wife tried it and they quit. It launched a couple of years ago, 2017, 2018, I think. And they recently settled a lawsuit for $62 million to address complaints about billing. So if you're going to do that, of course, I figured that there's probably more to it than just billing. And lo and behold, you peel back the onions and yeah. So in the lawsuit, former senior software engineer was quoted as saying, Noom was difficult by design to cancel, meant to generate income from customers who didn't cancel in time to avoid charges. You're doing stuff like that, God knows what else you're doing, right? Now, Noom, it's interesting. So theoretically, it sounds pretty cool, right? They come with this CBT, as this cognitive behavior therapy, to help people have a better relationship with food and therefore their weight. Now, there's some science behind this. It's not mumbo jumbo, so to speak. Unfortunately, Noom's own study is based on some tiny, less than like 0.5% of the people who've used it. Very tiny. I think it's just over 1 year. And naturally, it's not peer reviewed either. They claim they're different from different diets, but you know, they're kind of just like regular diets. So some of the controversy, they have these very low calorie goals, right? So low that, I mean, you're eating like a child. I saw a case of a active adult male being told to eat 1,200 calories. Incidentally, 1,200 calories is a common calorie number thrown out by Noom, which is kind of crazy since it's supposed to be customized and personalized, but they have this round number of 1,200 calories for many, many, many people. Numerous cases of this all over the place. Male, female, even pregnant women have been told to eat 1,200 calories, which goes against what most doctors would tell a woman who's pregnant, not eating 1,200 calories. I mean, calorie needs vary depending on how active you are, you know, your weight, obviously, your sex even. So that's another one of the problems they have. They also have this crazy thing with food coloring, green, yellow, and red, like a stoplight type system. You know, green is fruits and veggies, red is these calorie dense type things. And the problem there is you can unintentionally create some kind of eating disorders, right? People are afraid to eat nuts or some calorie dense food, but it's not that simple, right? Yeah, fruits and vegetables are good. I eat them every day. I recommend them to people that I know, but that's not enough. Where are you going to get your protein? Are you going to have enough carbs to fuel your energy? Now, undereating can lead to fatigue, problems with your organs, as we discussed in yesterday's show, mood swings, you know, brain fog, mess up your metabolism, slows it down, can become a vicious cycle. You eat less, slow down your metabolism, and the less you eat can actually make you get fat. It's like adding insult to injury, right? Worst of it, I mean, there are going to be some people who try these things. They already either have eating disorders or they're predisposed to eating disorders. And low-calorie diet can already trigger that, you know, really create bad habits or make bad habits even worse, so to speak. And another problem, although it's customized and personalized, the numbers don't match up. So, for example, there's stories of these coaches having up to 800 clients, which is kind of crazy, right? For something to be personalized and customized. So as a result of this, they come back with these canned responses. They don't really answer questions. They don't give specific guidance. It's all touchy-feely stuff. And they love to respond to your questions with a question. Or this one lady talked about keeping the same inspirational quotes over and over again. To get through the hardest journey, we need to take only one step at a time, but we must keep on stepping. But I mean, one of the more hilarious stories was this Reddit user sharing a conversation with a coach, and they asked, hey, you know, does low carb diet lead to food cravings and binging? And the coach replied, how do you feel about low carb? Why do they do this? Are these bad people? No. But if you're dealing with a couple hundred clients where you have to be in contact, one lady was talking about 100 to 150 people per day. That's a lot when you get in intricate questions being asked, right? So they deflect with answering a question with a question and trying to make you come up with the answer. And then when you're taking a cookie cutter approach, it's not personalized, which creates more problems, this vicious domino effect. Yes, they should be. Now, some of them are personal trainers, whether they were registered dietitians That I'm not sure, but some were certified trainers. I saw something by one of them, and she definitely said it was definitely stressful. And the amount of people they had her coaching was just way too much. Because she had a full-time job as well. That's another thing. A lot of these coaches, they're not necessarily full-time Noom coaches. They're doing other things, right? She pretty much said, because you have several former employees that have said that, yeah, these things just didn't really work. The workload was too crazy. The app is not going to head to the grocery store and cook for you or drive to the gym. How does a company like Noom get so valuable, right? That it's worth a couple $1 billion. It's the same way you see some of these YouTube videos that promise, hey, drink this magical drink or tea to lose fat, clog your arteries, or have a tablespoon of it or 2 tablespoons. Because these companies prey on the fact that they know people just want something for nothing. They want instant gratification, instant satisfaction. They kind of prey on that. It's predatory in a sense. The same way they designed their system to make it difficult for you to get out of it. So to be more specific, what they were doing is you'd sign up for a trial period, and to cancel, you couldn't just hit a button or call. You had to contact your coach, right? And this coach would not respond in time for you to cancel. And even though they're the ones that were late, they would still bill you. And it was designed for them to generate income. So even if they had to return your money, which took weeks or months, they were making interest off your money. So let's say they have $1 million in incorrect billing, right? And they have that for a month. That's interest they're making off the $1 million or $10 million. So that's, real money. That adds up over time. That definitely adds up over time, right? When they're going to do shady things like that, you can tell the culture at the company is not good. Tone at the top is terrible. That's the kind of company that has no qualms in shafting you, for sure. And yes, Noom gets a big thumbs down. Big thumbs down. I agree. Not customized at all. When people are getting the same exact calorie goals, I could at least see maybe if they were doing exercises, similar exercises, leg press is a leg press, right? But to get the same exact calorie number and it's a round figure, that is ridiculous. You know what? Let me do a simple experiment so you guys can really understand how ridiculous 1200 is. So, an adult, a 4-year-old kid, a boy, is eating 1200 calories if he sits on his butt all day. This is what Noom was telling most adults, even pregnant women, to eat. Crazy, right? As a matter of fact, they not only should be sued for their billing practices, but for their ridiculously dangerous advice. And this is the government. The government is conservative, right? Because how many 4-year-old kids are sedentary? And even if you're an adult and sedentary, it's still giving you big numbers to be eating, all right? Way more than 1200 calories. Even when you're super duper old, you're at 1600 calories and you're sedentary, right? But they want you to eat 1200 and you're moving around. Again, these people should be sued for terrible advice. So long story short, I do not recommend Noom. Stay away from Noom at all costs, I would say. Because you are determined to transform your body, you made it to the end of this video. To get more tips about how to look great and feel even better, check out one of these videos you see on the screen. I'm sure you'll enjoy them. So later's my massive. Me a go long now. For those who don't speak Jamaican patois, that's goodbye, my people.